Welcome back to Wing Wong One Day. Like the video.
Derapy. Lawbry Steak Graham, who is definitely not bothered by anything that Kendrick does, definitely does not care a single little bit at all, not even a little bit, definitely not still suing over taking an L in a rap beef, for sure. Drake and his fans, his supporters, they have had a terrible weekend. Kendrick came and performed in Drake's hometown of Toronto twice this past weekend. And in case you were wondering whether Lawbry cared or not, the wondering ends right now. Jagmeet Singh, a name you may have not heard before and may never hear again, is a Canadian former politician who was the leader of the New Democratic Party up north in Canada for the better part of a decade. He was spotted at the GNX concert in Toronto. Drake became aware of this and DM'd him on Instagram to call him a goof. And we only know this, okay, because Drake screenshotted his own message calling this guy names and shared it to his own IG story.
Damn, Grody.
Why?
Wing Wong.
Why would you keep showing people how bothered you are about people that you know going to the Kendrick concerts? Why would you do that?
Wing Wong.
But wait, there's more. Certified OVHO Captain Mall, who claimed that Drake fans would probably nab up all the tickets for these Toronto shows or some kind of nonsense. I don't even, let's just listen to the clip.
Like the video.
I don't know if Kendrick is booking a show at the Scotiabank Arena and people not showing up to just boo him.
First of all, Kendrick actually didn't do a show at Scotiabank. He did it at Rogers Center, which has twice the capacity, and he still absolutely packed it out.
Wing Wong.
I can 100% see Kendrick getting booed all night at a Scotiabank Arena show.
It's no secret that Toronto loves Drake. I would never debate that, and I think there's a large group of people that would buy tickets to go boo Kendrick Lamar.
What a weird theory to even have to begin with. First of all, we're from the future, and that didn't happen. But just the idea of it is pretty odd and pathetic. When Drake went on tour in Australia, I saw no conversation of Kendrick fans buying tickets to go boo Drake. And I know that Drake's hometown is Toronto, but the idea that hundreds or even thousands of people would spend hundreds and thousands of dollars just to go to a concert for like 3-4 hours just to boo? That's really a pretty crazy thing to even think about doing. I know people that save up all year or for years. I know people that take their only paid time off of the year to go to shows like this. And the idea that some people would actually take the time to spend hundreds of dollars of their hard-earned money just to go hate on somebody is crazy. But of course it's crazy, and that's why it didn't happen, and these two are idiots.
See,
I
the
agree with you
difference
there,
is,
but you also have to think that Kendrick Lamar, for the last decade, has built a pretty substantial Toronto market.
No,
and
I'm not-
Canada market
you
as
miss
is,
it.
that are just Kendrick Lamar fans
You
and
miss it.
want to go see him perform.
You missing what I'm saying. Okay, so let me explain like this. I think that Drake will do a show in LA.
Okay.
While people in LA may not, they'll boo him, but I think it'll be a lot of people there that will definitely support Drake. Sure. I don't think I could say the same as far as Kendrick going to Toronto.
This is what it sounded like in Toronto, Drake City. This is what it sounded like when Not Like Us was played in this place that Lawbry has on lock. Now, me personally, if somebody came to the town that I grew up in and sold out the biggest arena in the city and then had tens of thousands of people scream that I was a certified pedophile, I mean, I couldn't be left alone for a pretty significant amount of time. But, you know, we move. This happened in Drake's front yard. Who is the goof? Drake tried to avoid Kendrick by going to Australia when Kendrick was performing at the Super Bowl, just for Kendrick to double back and literally just come to where Drake lives and bring the party with them. It's mean. It's bullying, it's excessive, and it's rude. And me personally, I wouldn't stand for it, but I just thank my lucky stars that nobody will ever be this upset with me.
Pew pew more, please tell me more.
So Drake,
Wing Wong,
Rory, Maul,
Wing Wongs.
and if you are a Drake fan that actually paid hundreds of dollars just to go and try and put a stop to this inevitable force, you might be the biggest
Wing Wong.
of all. Stop it.
Stop it.
Get some help.
Get some help.
At what point does Drake consider like apologizing and being like, hey,
Stop hitting me, Grody.
I think I'm tired. I think I would like for this to stop. And I know that some of Aubrey's angels have found their way to this video, to this podcast episode, and they're probably very upset that I'm making fun of your guy right now, and I'm making a mockery of the fans. But my thing is, Drake is just as hurt as you are. He is going out of his way to direct message people that went to the show just to call them names. I'm not doing that. He put it on his own Instagram story. I think it's weird. I think the best use of Drake's time would be just working on the new album, engaging with his own fans in a positive way, focusing on the good things in life. Spend time with your son. Get off of Instagram. I personally spend all day online, replying to comments, looking at them, liking them, looking for stories online, seeing people's reaction to current events, but that's my job. I'm an online person talking about things online. You would think Drake would have something better to do than be like, wait, that former politician that messaged me on Instagram like half a decade ago, he was seen at this Kendrick show? Let me DM him and call him a goof.
Wing Wong.
But this is just the type of behavior that you can really expect from Drake and some of his fans, probably not all of them, because in this instance right over here that I'm gesturing to that you can't see because it's a podcast, I have a young woman talking about her experience receiving death threats from Drake fans because she went to the Kendrick concert. That's all she did. She just went to the concert.
So apparently because I attended the Kendrick and SZA concert, I have to myself, according to grown men.
Another part of this that I think is really important to bring up is the fact that it's a Kendrick and it's a SZA concert. She just so happens to be a woman, but even if she only went for Kendrick, that doesn't take away from the fact that there are a lot of people that might have only went to see SZA. My sister and I went to a Kendrick and SZA concert. I cannot stress this enough. It's 50% SZA. So the fact that there are Drake fans targeting people online and sending them harassment and hate because they went to a show that might not even be about Kendrick for that specific person going is absolutely insane. True
Wing Wong.
behavior.
Grown men in my comments and DMs. Whoa, 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 guys. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where are the kids? Where's your wife? Let's go give them the attention and energy that you're giving me, because I'm sure they're dying for it. I'm like, guys, take it easy now. You can be a Kendrick and Drake fan. Both things are possible.
I agree with this young lady. It should never, ever be that deep where you feel like you need to resort to violence over somebody just liking the other person's music. I got friends that listen to Drake. It has no effect on my life. I used to listen to Drake. I don't anymore, but that just doesn't really matter. Shouldn't matter to you that much. I don't care who you listen to. You shouldn't care who this girl listens to. And we shouldn't care who's going to whose concert. In a way, I almost feel bad for Drake.
You what?
Like, almost. But then I remember all that stuff he said about Whitney, and I'm like,
Let him burn.
Like, it's really interesting how some people will still continue to say that Kendrick is, quote unquote, dragging the beef. But even if he was, and let's say that he is for the sake of conversation, why wouldn't he exactly? Drake said to tens of millions of people that Kendrick was abusing his partner and that his kids weren't his.
And that Whitney cheated.
Why would you let that slide? Like, I don't understand. I really don't get what the problem is. If somebody puts my girl in a diss track, I'm going to diss them every day forever until I get a public apology and retraction. I mean, I think that this is the least that Kendrick can do. Perform the song on the tour. Make art out of it. Give the people what they want. I could be beefing with a refrigerator, my old job, some random person that I met when I was door dashing 2 or 3 years ago. What am I going to do? Put it in a pod. I wish that Drake would focus more on, getting these feelings out via the music. And most importantly, make the music good. Which is why, despite me not currently being a Drake fan and not listening to his music anymore, I'm legitimately excited to see what his next album looks like. It has the potential to be his best work to date because I feel like he actually has something to talk about now. Taking the biggest L of all time in the history of rap.
Wing Wong.
I'm really excited to hear how he justifies suing over the results of the rap battle. I'm really interested to hear that album. I want to know how he squares that circle. All right, that's all I got for you all today. There's a whole bunch of other weird and really embarrassing stuff happening to Drake and his fan base, just simply due to Kendrick being in Toronto for the weekend. Some fans tried to put together a OVO takeover party right outside of the Kendrick concert, and it got shut down almost immediately. They were asking for donations because they ran out of money because they were trying to give away OVO merch. Some weirdo was trying to play Family Matters off his phone in the middle of the concert. What are you doing, dog? DJ Snackademics is out here for whatever reason. I feel like everywhere Kendrick goes on tour, Groomademics is following him. So I don't know what's up with that. You are Team Drake, but at the same time, you're giving Kendrick hundreds and hundreds of dollars every other week to see him live again and again. I don't know, man. Weird stuff going on over there for Team Owl, but that's all I got for you all today. Just had to get this one out because I just couldn't wait. I usually try to take Sundays off and be more chill and relax with the lady, but I just couldn't help myself. I just kept seeing these things posted, and I was just like, well,
Wing Wong one day.
I am a Kendrick channel. Gotta stay on the boogeyman's good side. Those UMG checks are pretty good. All right, that's all I got. Thank you all so much for tapping in. Love you. Mean it. Spread the bread. And enjoy the outro. Bye.
Call me LQ.
I ain't really got much to say. People getting all in my face. Whole world standing in place. Please get out of my space. Please get out of my space. I ain't really got much to say. People getting all in my face. Whole world standing in place. Please get out of my space. Please get out of my space. Hold up, ISO been my best friend as of late. Ain't really trying to chill, that's no debate. Got a feel for a meal, but I'm all count space. All whacked out just like a nigga got lace. Can't open my eyes like a nigga got maced. I was on cloud 9, then I floated in space. I was chilling with the stars, then they pushed me away. You know you made progress when a nigga gotta hate. You know you hit big time when the deal's underway. But I'm broke as a joke with some bills to the pay. So I sit with myself like a bird in the cage, talking to my therapist. So I